Cell Phones by Cassie Hammond. What is a cell phone? A cell phone uses cellular network technology to make and receive calls. The name cell phone actually comes from the cell-like structures of those networks. If it can transmit signals to a cellular network, then it is a cell phone. Cellular networks. A cellular network is made up of cellular towers distributed across the country in a grid-like pattern. Each tower covers a small area, which is about 10 square miles. When you make a cell phone call, the signal travels through the air to the nearest tower and is then relayed to a switching network and finally on the handset of the person you are calling. If you are making a call in a moving vehicle, for example, you may quickly move from range of one cell tower to the range of another. Cellular coverage. Cellular coverage in built-up areas is usually better than in more rural areas. Areas where there is little to no coverage are normally places where there is poor access or areas where there is little benefit to the cell carriers. Cellular towers in built-up areas such as cities are often quite close together, sometimes as little as a few hundred feet, because buildings and other structures can interfere with the signal. In open areas, the distance between masts can be several miles as there is less to disrupt the radio waves. Cell phones contain one or more radio antennas so that they will transmit or receive signals. An antenna converts an electrical signal to the radio waves. How does a cell phone work? Radio waves. Cell phones transmit radio waves in all directions. The waves can be absorbed and reflected by surrounding objects before they reach the nearest cell tower. For example, when the phone is placed next to your head during a cell call, a significant portion, over half in many cases, of the emitted energy is absorbed in your head and your body. In this event, much of the cell phone's EMF energy is wasted and no longer available for communication. How a cell phone works. Antenna. Some cell phones use one antenna as the transmitter and receiver, whereas others have multiple sending or receiving antennas. Many modern good phones also contain quite one kind of antennas. Additionally to the cellular antenna, they'll have Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and or GPS antennas. How does a cell phone work? Connectivity. The size of the received signal from the cell tower is called the signal strength, which is the bars on your phone. The connectivity between a cell phone and its cellular network depends on both signals and is affected by many factors. One factor would be the distance from your phone to the closest cell tower. Another factor would be the amount of objects between the cell tower and your phone. A poor connection normally indicates a long distance or an interruption in the signal between the cell phone and the cell tower. How does a cell phone work? Calling. As you speak into your phone while you are calling someone, a small microphone converts the up and down movements in your voice into an up and down pattern of electrical signals. These signals are turned into strings of numbers by a microchip that is inside the phone. Those numbers are put into radio waves and sent out from the antennas on your phone. It travels through the air at the speed of light until it gets to the nearest cell tower. When it receives those signals, it sends them to the base station. They are then sent to the other person on the other line. How does a cell phone work? Texting. When someone sends you a message, it flows through the SMSC, which is the Short Message Service Center, which controls your text messages. Then it is sent to the tower, which is then sent to the person you are sending the message to.